And we are back, fashion dolls. Please excuse the noise in the background. I had to get some air in here, some fan, because I am not about to melt over here, fashion dolls. Well, joining me today, we have a fresh new face. He is an actor, and he's brand new to the scene, and I'm super excited to have him here making his debut in the dollhouse, fashion dolls. All right? So we are back. You guys got the announcements. May is International Mental Health Awareness Month. So we talk a lot about protecting your energy, protecting your peace, and making sure that you protect your mental. It's very, very important. This show will be moderated today, so waiting on everyone to come in. I had to share this live, let everyone know that we are back on. Please share the live with people, let everyone know that we are in Fashion Dolls. If you hear a little blowing in the background, that is my fan. We have no air conditioner over here. So a girl is not about to pass out at all or melt, period. So my ladies out there that are watching, if you get that fresh face beat, you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So, and plus we're about to be in the summer months, so I'm super excited for that. June is Bath and Body Works SAS, and of course I'm going to be doing a review on it. What else are we looking forward to? My girl Tina Marie is coming on the show this month. She is going to be back May 19th, so make sure you guys set your calendar for that. We are going to be doing like a fragrance versus, you know how they do the verses with the music. We're going to be doing like a fragrance versus, and we're going to be dishing on our favorite springtime scents. Of course, you guys know that I've been on this self-care body pampering journey, and I love every minute of it. If you guys follow me, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, Style by Stevie Daytime, and you guys can check out some of my reviews on beauty products as well as some of my interviews on my YouTube channel. And I want to say thank you guys so much for your support and love. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our incredibly, have him here make his debut, Michael Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hello.
Hey,
I'm
hey, Queen, how
doing
you doing?
wonderful. How are you doing, handsome?
No, I'm wonderful. I am
Such a
wonderful.
pleasure to have you here in the doll house. So before we kick off this interview, how has 2023 been for you so far? And even in the springtime, we're now about to hit summer. So how has the year 2023 been for you so far?
2023 has been a huge lesson for me. Um, I would consider myself a procrastinator. Well, at least I was a procrastinator. I talk about stuff, but I don't be about it sometimes, you know? And I kind of got off that horse um, and started doing the things that I needed to do. And everything has been going up from there. I've been having things kind of get in my way, trying to stop me from elevating, you know, to being my
Right.
best self. You know, that's life. Mm, But I've been winning these battles. You know, I've been getting through. Just did my headshots with updated headshots with Jen Stanko. She's the best, y'all. You want to get your y'all photos done? Go to Jen Stanko for y'all headshots. She's very affordable, and she's right here in Chicago. Um, the acting, I'm right now. I'm standing in on the shot for various actors right now on the shot. Jacob Lattimore. I stood in for Jason Weaver. Um, I can go on and on. Kevin. I've stood in for a few actors on the shot, so that's what I've been doing lately. Um, yeah, but anybody that wants to get into acting, I don't know if you want me to do this, but anybody that wants to get into acting, I suggest that you all register with 4starcasting.com. Anybody that wants money from you, I don't believe in it. I feel like if you have a talent and they want your talent, why would you have to pay
Right.
them for your talent? So with 4-Star Casting, y'all, that's real. That's real. That's free. You don't have to pay a dime. and you can get casted for different things, different TV shows and movies that's going on here in Chicago. And that's what I've been doing over the past 7 years before I even got my first role. So I got my first feature role on the 4400 as Hector. I was one of the 4400 on the CW. Before that, I stood in for Hakeem on Empire. That ended. I'm pretty sure y'all know Empire ended. So, but I've been. I started out with Chirac. That was the first film that I ever did. Spike Lee's movie, Chirac. I was one of the National Guard.
It's funny that you mentioned Chirac because I had one of your co-stars. I don't know if you came into passing or running on set because he's also done Chirac. Andre Bellows is his name. You might have seen him on the Wendy Williams show, and he went on to in Vogue magazine and do so many things with his career. His name is Andre Bellows, and he did Chirac as well also. So I don't know if you guys, because it's probably a lot of people on set and a lot of actors don't get to interact or get a chance to meet each other on set. But he also did Chirac too, and I had him on the show back in 2022.
Okay. Yeah, we probably bumped heads. I'm pretty sure we did. If he was there,
So you
I'm pretty
said
sure
you've been doing this for 7 years. How did you get your start into acting, and when did you discover that this would be a passion that you would want to pursue?
All right, this is where the story gets pretty funny. It gets a little entertaining right here. So the first thing I ever did when it came to television was back in 2012. Divorce Court. Okay, people think that reality TV stuff is real. Trust me, they want them ratings to go sky high. So it was a lot of acting in that. But that was the first thing I ever did. As far as acting, when I did that, it made me, I guess it kind of opened up something in me. I said, you know what, I need to do this full time. I like this. I got a passion for this. And I kept on. I kept doing it after that. Like I told you, I did Chirac. Then I went from Chirac to Empire, from Empire to the Chi, APB, The Exorcist, Electric Dreams. I can go on and on. As far as me standing in, I stood in on the Chi, Empire. I've stood in on 4400, where I got my first feature role. Yeah, I can go on and on. Proven Innocent, The Bear. Yeah, I've stood in on a few different TV shows here in Chicago.
That was going to be my second question for you. Acting credits. You've done so many things throughout your career. 7 years in the game, and that's vet status. You are a vet. You've been doing this for a long time, and then to see you with some of hip hop's giants like Twista and so many others. Like, I've followed your Instagram and I said, oh my God, he's been in the game for a long time, and I had to have you on.
I'm moving through it. I'm moving through it.
How do you find that balance between, because you're also a father as well too, how do you find that balance between fatherhood and being on set? Because I know it's a lot. This pandemic, when it first started and it hit us in 2020, it was difficult for a lot of people being on set and then being away from their families and then having to quarantine and all of these things. Now we're out of it. It's like things are back to normal. We still take precautions, of course, but what is that like for you? How do you find the balance? Because I know fatherhood is a job in itself, or being a parent or any figure, taking care of children is a responsibility. So how do you find balance?
It is. So I tell a lot of people, like I told you, the first thing I did, the first actual major film that I did was Chirac. Okay. I got it. When I first did Chirac, I was there by accident. I just so happened to ride past me and my friend, and we saw they were filming outside. We pulled the car over. We got out. We went as close as we could to set. And we was there for about, I think, 15 minutes. Then a black truck pulled up right in front of us, literally, I mean, right in front of us. And Nick Cannon hops out. It's Nick Cannon, you know, and we asked, we met him and everything. He was real cool. He was saying hi to everybody. He was, you know, wasn't it was a cool experience. It was Nick Cannon. So I I asked him, how can I get in this movie? Of course I did. And he told me about 4 Star Casting.
Look at God. See, you have the
Hmm.
mentality where it's like, okay, I see it, I want it, I'm gonna go for it. And you pulled the Tisha Campbell. Tisha Campbell told us how she got the role on we know her as Gina Martin. Uh My Wife and Kids. She
Hmm.
said she drove up to the lot. She said, "Let me go ahead and go to a table read." And her manager or whatever at the time told her, "It's don't do it, Tisha. Don't do it. Don't go for it." And she drove up on set anyway.
Hmm.
And she said, "I'm just going in there to meet somebody." And she went and she auditioned for the role that was on the show, Jay, the mom. So she got it right there, spot on. And you got in the film. So it's y'all two have stories and that are similar in a way. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the closer you are, the better the chance that you have. I, when you go on set, even if you're doing background, you're just a
Yeah.
extra or whatever. Everybody there already has something going on the outside of being there. People want to be in the spotlight. They want to be on the scene, no matter what they're doing on the outside of the set. So everybody that's out there with you, network with them, meet people, find out what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever they do, y'all may be able to connect with one another and do some things, do some things together, make some money. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody to network with everybody that you meet on set. Don't be, you don't know who this person is or what they do outside of this. You don't know how much they can help you or how much you can help them. You know, so don't just be open to people. That's how I see. I'm very open to people. Everybody that I've met over the years doing Empire and like a lot of these different shows, like I've still kept in contact with them. We connected. I still do things with them. We've done business together, skits together. Like these people I kept in contact with. And another thing, um, I'm a very, I don't know, I consider myself a little, people think I'm mysterious sometimes because you don't know, a lot of people don't know the type of person that I am because of the people that I hang around and, the things that I get myself into, as far
Yeah.
as like my business and stuff like that. As far as my sexuality, you know, now I've been married twice. Um, yeah, I've been married twice. I have 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. Now, my kids are my best friends. A lot of people, this is why I brought Nick Cannon up in the beginning, because my kids literally are my best friends. They are. They are my best friends. I got friends for life. I don't need nobody because I got a team already. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at them and my children. So when it comes to this, my daughter, my 15-year-old, my oldest, she wants to be an actress, and I'm doing everything I can to get her into acting. She will be an actress, and I'm gonna make sure that happens for her. But I'm very open to everybody. I
Yes.
believe in equality. Okay, I consider I consider myself an ally in a way. I support
Yeah.
LGBTQ. I'm my friend. I have my best friends are LGBTQ. A lot of best friends I'm just in a lot of real close people that I hang with on a regular basis. But people think people judge you based off of who you hang with, and and a lot of people misconstrued that too. They look oh, he hang out with this guy, so he must be like this, and you'll tell them I'm not like that. Now you probably low key. No, I'm not. Why I can't just be a cool ass motherfucker who don't look at people like that? Why can't I just be a cool person? Excuse my language. I'm sorry, I get a little. But why can't I just be a cool person who just don't look at everybody? I see everybody the same. We're all human beings, right? We're all human beings, and that's how I see the world. I'm not a homophobe. I don't get angry. People get angry and expect me to get angry too. No, I don't have to get angry because you get angry. That's your own personal opinion. I don't feel that way. And it's just like, but then even with that, you got that's just one side of it. Then you got some of the LGBTQ. They look at you as if you hiding something. and they can find out what that thing is that you hiding. And I don't like that. And I've never put that on the table, but I said, I'm going to put this on the table on your show today because I feel strongly about it. I have felt strongly about it lately because a lot of my friends, I've lost friends that I really consider like brothers to me, uh, because they thought that they can get something out of me that was never there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. And it's just me being real. And I don't see, the thing is, we scream equality, but we don't act on it the correct way. You know what I'm saying? We don't act on it the correct way. And that goes on both sides, not just LGBTQ, but the straight side as well. It's something that people don't talk about. And I think it needs to be talked about, you know. Because why can't a straight man be friends with a gay person? Or gay man, you know what I'm saying? Why is that impossible for that to happen? That's not impossible. It's the things that we put out there, it's the things that people believe and they act on, you know, that make it that way. And it's incorrect. It's incorrect. Equality is equality. It ain't no equality with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's not how it goes. It's either one way or the other. And that's just how I see it.
You know who you remind me of a little? And him and his wife, and I love them both dearly. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade has taken so much backlash for fighting for the right thing. And I feel like that's the situation with you, for you being an ally and speaking up and saying, okay, everybody should be treated equally. Nobody should be judged. And I appreciate you for coming on my platform. I was not expecting it. I was just like, oh God, what is he going to say? But you went on ahead and you dug in it. And what else I like about you, and we both have that in common, is that we both have a mystery. That's what makes us unique and alluring and divine in our own ways, that we give people mystery. We have people, well, people wonder if I'm a man or a woman. It's clearly obvious I'm a woman. So, but I let people know up front what it is. I'm a part of the LGBT community. I represent the trans experience. I am openly a Black transgender woman. And people have speculated for years. I don't wear it as a badge. You know, I let people know what it is because it's dangerous for us as trans individuals out here as well. So when it comes to allyship, stop beating up the people who are allies. Stop going against the people who are in the community, who are trying to do the work as well, too. And I follow a lot of people like Hope Giselle. I know you're familiar with our girl T.S. Madison and so many others. They say the same exact thing. This is my first time ever really speaking on it. I see what's going on through the glass lens. I just don't talk about it a whole lot on my platform. I just kind of give my 2 cents here or there. But I will say this, everybody deserves to be treated equally. And someone hanging out with someone, it doesn't make them another way. It doesn't make them gay or whatever. So it doesn't make them that. I wish I had that kind of powers to make men trans attracted to me, but no, it doesn't work that way. They're attracted to what they are attracted to, and people need to stop judging and prosecuting.
Exactly.
And that is my thing. I cannot stand homophobia. I cannot stand transphobia. I cannot stand any type of phobia. Xenophobia, Islamophobia. We've got enough of that from the government and the Supreme Court trying to shut down and take away everyone's rights, including women and LGBT, as well as people of color's rights. And that's why I speak on what I speak on. And I speak on it very strategically because, see, for me being a Black trans woman in this business, I've realized that I have to navigate and move through a certain way strategically because it's dangerous for me either way. When I go out in the world, I get the stares, I get the curiosity from people. So that's why I said I can relate to you with the mystery. From the, from you being it out from the ally standpoint, people suspecting your sexuality and me suspecting my gender if I'm a man or a woman. And I just say I'm a woman, I'm human. That's how I identify. And if you can't respect those pronouns and carry on, that's how I see it. But
keep it moving.
Yes,
keep it
the
moving.
Mystery is what keeps people wondering, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So let them talk. Shout outs to my girl, Cherry Johnson, who is an amazing actress. I had a conversation with her and I asked her I said, do you think I should change? She said, F them. F them. They don't mean a thing to you. They're not doing
Exactly.
anything for you. They're not putting anything in your pocket. What are they there to gain? They're just there to gain what they can gain from you. They're not important. So keep going. Keep being an ally. Keep doing what you're doing, Michael, because it's so worth it. And forget the ones who are
Yes.
judging you and saying, okay, this is the thing when black men become friends with us trans and LGBT individuals, black straight men. People start to speculate. Ooh, he must be on the DL. He must be zesty. And I've been seeing a lot of that. What's the new word? Zesty all over Twitter and everywhere. Please
Yeah,
stop
zesty.
doing
Yeah.
that. It is no one's place to out anyone's sexuality or put anyone out here on a pedestal. And I've seen a story where a woman literally unalived her husband for being bisexual. You guys have seen this story. I don't even have to get into
Mm.
the logistics of it. Please stop outing people. That is what I'm begging for our community, the black community, because we have a lot of healing and more importantly, a lot of unpacking to do within our community. And I appreciate people who have an open mind to come into my platform and say, okay, these
Yes.
conversations are healing. This is the first step to healing. So that was going to be my next question for
Yes.
you. What is your biggest You've
Mm.
openly, you just came to open a can of worms. I could be here all day talking about this, but what is
Yes.
your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. My biggest fear is going back to being the worst version of myself. That's it. Going backwards. That's my biggest fear. I don't want to go backwards.
Oh my God, it's like you're reading my mind.
And I mean that means so many different things. That means so many different things. I'm just gonna be real with you.
I
But I just don't want
appreciate
to
you
go backwards.
for
I want to
being
keep moving
transparent
forward.
as a black man who is confident with who he is, because we're not. I in the beginning when I was introducing you, I said May is International Mental Health Awareness Month, and one thing I've learned to do, Alan Yankee, I know he's going to say, yes, I told you that. Didn't I tell you that? I already hear him in my ear right now telling me that. I go back and I look back in my past, the things that I've done that I'm not proud of. And it's called being a revisionist historian, where we go back and we continue to keep looking in the past when it's just like, okay, I am trying to do that. That's not my past. My past is my past. I am going to move forward in my future
Mhm.
to my present. So we got a question for you from Alan Yankee. He wants to know, why does the LGBTQ community want acceptance but label guys as trade when they are an ally? It's the attraction thing. You can't blur the line. You can't blur the line.
Mhm.
They are allies, but we can't. We can look like it's a rapper out here, and he says, "Hey, you can look. You know have your fantasies about me or whatever, but I love what I love, which is women." Um, I think it was
Yes.
NL. What's his name? NLE Choppa, I think is his name. And he came out and he said, "Okay, you guys can look at me, but I'm an ally or whatever, but you can't have me. I'm for the ladies. So you gotta
Yes.
accept it for what it is."
That's me.
Yeah,
That's
and
me.
allyship.
That's
We
me.
joke, we have a good time, but you can't blur that.
Yep. We
And
surely
you can't
do.
label or out
Mm-mm.
anybody,
Don't
which
do
goes
it.
back to what I was saying about the woman who ended her husband's life because he was bisexual. It makes me think about the politician or the news anchor he was running at the time, Andrew Gillum. Got caught with his love. His
Mm.
wife was there. Most black cisgender women are not cool with most of their partners being bisexual, and that is what, ladies and gentlemen, biphobia. That's a hate crime. So there's a lot of stigma and
Yes.
poison that we have to get out of the black community. And that ties into fear. The key word, that's why I asked Michael that question. Getting rid of fear. You know, we have to have an open mind when it comes to having these type of conversations, because in order to have an open mind, you got to have an open heart. And I discovered something was different about myself at 13 years old. Most kids figure that out at a young age, that we're not all the same. God didn't create us all the same. And my mom and me, now in my adult years, had a conversation not too long ago. It was last month. And she says, you know what? There is nothing wrong with you. I like different. And you're my baby, and I love you, and I appreciate you as much. And yes, we have a tight relationship, me and my mom. I just don't post to talk about it because it goes back to what we were saying in the middle part of this interview, being a mystery. I don't only allow those who really, really genuinely care. Like you say, your kids are your best friends. I have Island Yankee, I have K-Tweaks, I have
Mm-hmm.
Alicia, I have Scotty by Nature, Bubs the God, so many others, Conscious TV, all of them that are in my corner, all of these content creators and people who have supported me 100% in my corner, who understand me, who understand the private moments of me, who don't go out and put it out, whatever I tell them. So you got to have a circle around you that will
Yeah,
keep them on. All right,
you definitely do. You definitely do.
so let's get off of this
Absolutely.
heavy topic because you opened the can of worms, Michael. So I had to get into it. But what makes you
Oh
the
yeah.
happiest?
What
Yes.
makes me the happiest? My wisdom.
Mm,
My wisdom. I'm very wise. I thank God for my parents, actually I'm sorry, my grandmother. I thank God for my grandmother. See, she taught me how to be diverse. That's how I was able to get through a lot of things in life. That's how I was able to get jobs and everything because of her. See, when we'd be home, my grandma, she's Southern, she, but when we at work, when she at work working for the state, she becomes a white lady. I mean, when I tell you my grandma, I ain't never seen somebody transform that fast. That's how she was. And I learned about
mm.
diversity through her. I learned how to switch things up when they needed to be switched up. See, that's a talent that a lot of people don't have,
And you know what?
you know, and it can
And
take
you
you
know what?
places.
I had a conversation with my girl. Shout out to her, Ro Underwood. She did the Power Book. Or no, she did Raising Canine. My girl Ro Underwood,
Mm-hmm.
and she posted a clip of all of these different roles that she played. Because on Raising Canine, she played a school teacher. Um, so I said, girl, you
Okay.
have range. And that's what actors need to have in this business in order Taraji P. Henson said something. I love her because I know you work with her on Empire. She said, I won't
Yes.
do it. In an interview, she said, I won't do it if it doesn't scare me. So that means if I'm not up,
Mm.
if it's not challenging to me and I can't conquer it in this role, I'm not going to do it. She stepped out
Mm.
on fear. She didn't let fear consume her. And that's what in
No,
another interview just
she
recently.
didn't.
She did an interview with Sherry Shepard. She said, I'm not going to do it. I can't let fear stop me from doing what I need to do. She said she was on a spiritual journey to finding herself. And she went on a trip by herself and she
Mm.
said fear, she didn't let fear stop her. Hey, Sky, my
Okay.
amazing brother, Sky Valentine. We are having an amazing conversation here with actor Michael Johnson. We're just talking about fear. We had a great conversation in the beginning of this interview, so you guys have to catch it from the beginning to now, this part. We are now talking
Yes.
about.
But speaking of
Go
fear,
ahead.
Queen, I want to say something. You brought
Yes.
Taraji up as well. I used to have very strong stage fright before I got on
Really?
Empire. Now, I got my first stand-in gig on Empire, that was the first time they made me a stand-in. I'll never forget. It was the second day I was on set. I think it was like a 4-day shoot, and it was the second day I was on set. And this big guy named Freddie Turner, and he's also a great photographer, y'all. So look Freddie Turner up. He walked up to me, he patted me on my shoulder, and he said, "Is this the guy you were talking about?" He was talking on his radio. I guess the guy on the radio said, "Yeah." He said, "Come with me." They wanted me to stand in for Jesse Smollett. Now it was a concert scene where he was doing the song "Nothing Like My Daddy." I don't know if everybody remembers that episode, but that was an episode it was a great song actually. It was when him and Lucius where they were kind of rivals at that time. So I had to stand on stage, and I mean it was a crowd. It was probably at least 600 people in the crowd. I had to stand on this stage, and all these people were just looking at me. And when I have my anxiety, my everything started just, my head was spinning. I had to literally at one point just close my eyes, but I don't know. I had to think to myself, and I don't know what made me tell myself this, but I thank God that I did. I told myself, what am I afraid of? Why am I scared? I'm up here and they down there. I think I need to act accordingly. And I was able, I don't know, I was able to break through that fear. And ever since then, I never had stage fright. Sometimes you got to put yourself in situations that you're afraid just to not be afraid anymore. You know, you have to. It works. It works. And I think that helped me a lot with my anxiety, and it made me more of a people person. It helped me become more of a people person. My father, he's an entertainer. He's a singer, dancer. He has a live band, and he performs at shows here in Chicago. My father, I watched my father as I grew up. Everybody knew him. Everybody knows who my father is. He's a well-known man. He dresses real nice. He got thousands of friends, you know, and he's talented, you know. And I watched him as I grew up, and I watched how the people treated him, and I watched how he was and how social he was. I got a lot of my social ways from my father. And but it's in me naturally. It's in me naturally to be social. And I think that's why I got where I am today, because I'm a people person. And it doesn't matter what type of person that you are, because I'm so diverse that I can adapt to any situation. And I think that's what carried me this far.
And look where you're at now. Look at you now. You know, even at a young age, we were, I'm pretty sure I've interviewed actors who said, okay, I started off very, very young. I did The Wiz when I was in middle school on stage. You know, you get your start like that. And then at a young age, you realize, okay, I'm nervous. I can't do this. There's a lot of people out there watching. Me, I've gotten over that too, because I had to do public speaking in high school. And that kind of opened the door for me a little bit to get up and say, okay, I can host a talk show. I can do this. This is something that I really, really want to do. At a young age, I automatically knew it. But to stand up in front of your class, in front of your peers, and have to do it in high school, and they're, you know, doing that, you don't know. But I remember I had to recite Shakespeare in front of the class and nailed it. And it was amazing. But to see where we are now from then is amazing, because you get to go back in time and say, wow, I've come a long way. And let me see.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. We got another question for you from our paternal Alan Yankee. He wants to know, being so wise, has wisdom taught you how to quiet the fearful mind, or are you just a fearless person? Great question.
I don't think anybody's a fearless person. I don't believe that. So yes, I would have to go with option A. It quiets the fear in my mind. And that's just me being real. Nobody is fearless. That's a lie. If anybody tells you that they're fearless, they're lying. They're lying. Everybody has a fear. Everybody is afraid of something. But it depends on your reaction to what you're afraid of that makes you who you are. You don't have to react, you know, with paranoia. Sometimes you got to walk into fear with your head held high. You know, that's just the reality of it. So no, there's no fearless person in this world. I don't believe that.
I mean, people think that I'm brave because of how outspoken I've become when it comes to certain things. And just like even the most outspoken, even the most bold, we get fearful of things. And now I don't mind making career moves that can be challenging and scary. But anything else outside of that, no. We all have something that scares us. And it's up to us to conquer it on the inside.
Yes.
So that is that. What is next for Michael in the future? Where do you see yourself next?
I'm gonna tell you like this, y'all. In 2023, y'all will see me on the big screens. I guarantee it. This is my year. It's gonna happen for me this year. I've already made the steps. I've already created the pathways. It's gonna happen for me this year. I've got this far. I'm just gonna get further. It's already written in the stars, baby. It's already there. And I encourage anybody to just believe in yourselves. Believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself for 1 second. And don't believe what everybody say about you either. Because there's so many people that would down you for all your life, but the whole time, the only reason why they did it was because they never wanted you to get past them. They were afraid of that. So don't doubt yourself. Love yourself enough to elevate yourself.
Absolutely. And we are going to get into our games here, Fashion Dolls, with Michael. It is called Etc. And Etc. is our version of this or that. And then we're going to do something called Turn the Tables. And this is where my guests get to ask me questions, as many as they want to, anything fashion, family related, anything they want to know about the Stevie, they get to know. So I'm going to let Michael get the microphone. He's going to ask me some questions. All right, so we're going to start off with Etc. Etc. All right, I'm going to give you two choices, and you can choose one or the other. All right? So the first choice is smartphone or tablet. What do you prefer?
Me, I prefer a smartphone.
Okay, okay. All right. Cooking or being cooked for?
Cooking.
Okay, okay. Attend a party or host a party?
Host a
All right.
party.
Sweating or shivering? Okay,
Sweating.
okay. Yes, because it's about to be hot. We're about to be in the summer months. All right. Reality shows
Yes.
or documentaries?
Reality
Okay,
shows, definitely.
okay. Train or airplane? All
Airplane.
right, all right. Power or raising canine? Which do you prefer? Okay.
Power.
Wine or beer?
Wine.
Okay. Red wine, good for the heart. Play or
Yes.
stand-up show? Which would you prefer? Being an actor.
Stand
Okay.
up show.
Okay. Lose sleep or skip a meal?
Lose sleep. I gotta eat. Give me my food. I have to eat.
And we can go to sleep anytime. Right. And that is
Yes.
etc., ladies and gentlemen. All right, fashion dolls. It is time to turn those tables. So Michael here is going to ask me some questions. I don't know what he's going to ask me. It can be anything related to fashion, beauty, family, wisdom, whatever he wants to know about me or is curious to know. And you guys will find out through the question for my new viewers out there watching as well. Too, all right. So take it away, Mike.
All right. Okay, Queen. Let's see. Let's see. What do I want to ask you first? Well, I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know. Where are you? What are you up to? What do you got coming up next? What should we be looking out
I
for?
kind of touched on it last week, and I don't mind touching on it again. Instead of October, you guys, remember how I said that we have been renewed and picked up for October, which is like my birthday month? We have some amazing guests coming on. We have some amazing guests coming on in November as well too. So that is what we're working on. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you for watching and supporting the platform. We have some amazing guests. We are booked all the way up until November. And it's not even November yet. So expect even more great interviews, great things for this platform, even bigger guests, because we do have some big guests coming on this month as well too. So you guys stay tuned. And I'm just letting the stars align and let God lead me to where I need to be. And I'm definitely happy where I'm at. So I'm thankful.
Yes, yes, as you should be, Queen. As you should be. So, what? Um, how did you start this? How did you get into what made you want to be a interviewer?
At a very young age, I would always, because I have a lot of women in my family. Um, my mom, my sister, my aunts, they would relax their hair. They would do their hair. And they would give me the perm box because I always knew I wanted to either be a hairstylist or a talk show host at a young age. And I seen all the girls on the boxes, and I would go in my dad's room because he had like this little wooden bed frame, and I would line up all the boxes and interview the girls on the front of the box. I had my microphone, and I said to myself, I'm going to be look like one of those girls in that box, and I'm going to host a talk show. And I must say that is an accomplishment that I have definitely achieved, and I'm happy. Over 434 interviews now in this year.
Wow.
I must say I'm thankful for all the love and support that you guys. I just kept going, and I started doing this platform, started Style by Stevie right after high school, right after I graduated. It was sort of on a whim because our parents always ask us, what do you want to be? Do you want to be, what are you going to do after you graduate from high school? That's what our parents ask us. They said, okay, acting, let's be realistic here. Or let's be realistic, you can't be a talk show host. That's not a dream. That's not a passion. Our parents sort of cut it down and say, you're going to go to college, you're going to do this. Which they're right because you got to have a backup plan if plan A doesn't work. And so I went to beauty school and I took up cosmetology. So all of the hairstyle, makeup you guys see on the show, hairstyles mainly, I'm responsible for. So every look put together by me and my makeup artist, Melody. So it's amazing. And I'm thankful to be where I'm at here in this present time. So that's kind of how I got my start. Right
Okay.
after high school. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So for your fans, for the people that strive to be like you, what advice would you give them to get where you are?
I would say be true to yourself, be original. In this business, there are so many platform hosts out here. I can't be doing what Conscious TV is doing, or what Scotty is doing, or what Reckless is doing, or what T.S. Madison, or Hope Giselle, or Keith Boykin, or all of these people, Rama, all of them are doing. I can't. I have to be my own individual self. So that would be my advice to give to people. Is originality is key, and that is what people look for. Is someone who is going to be
Yes.
real and authentic. And I said this in an interview before. I said, if I'm going to do this all the way, I'm going to be my authentic self. And I'm thankful for people who hold me accountable for things that I've done, who give me a tap on the shoulder and say, no, that's not right. You need to go about doing this a different way. And I must say the rebranding, or what I like to call the rebirthing process, for me is amazing because I think change is amazing. So that's why I give credit to them. That is what I would say to anybody who wants to become a talk show host or an actor or producer. Authenticity and originality is key. So be yourself.
Yes.
Don't be anybody.
Love yourself. Love you. Love who you are, and everybody will see that. And it will glow. It will start to shine so bright because everybody will see how much you love you and how much you accept you. It will show. It will show to the world. That's why a lot of people that are on top right now, they had that ultimate love for themselves. And people saw that. All you have to do is have that ultimate love for yourself. I mean that deep within love, not that person that got to get up and put on these nice clothes for another person to like them. No, not that person. I'm talking about the person inside of you, the person that people don't see every day. That person. Once you start really loving that person, that's when you glow. That's when everybody sees the glow. Just take that
and
with
that's
y'all.
real, and that is it. And I love what my brother Scott Valentine, he reassures me of this because he always calls and checks on me and makes sure that I'm doing all right. He said this: authenticity is key along with consistency, and I try to make sure that I stay consistent on time for interviews because I'm all about professionalism, making sure that I'm on time for everything, that everything is done right. Confidence leaves no room for fear. We have to be committed to ourselves to give us a chance. Exactly. And that consistency part is kicking me in the butt right now. I try to make sure that I'm on time for everything. I do this platform 5
Yes.
days of the week, Monday through Friday. And it takes a lot out of me, but I have to make sure that I take breaks and regroup as creators, as actors, as singers, songwriters, whoever. You have to make sure that you are taking a break and regrouping because our bodies are not cars. We cannot just keep going till there's nothing left. You will eventually burn out. And that's why I've had to take breaks and step away, and I came back rejuvenated. And I feel amazing. So those breaks help. Make sure that you are taking a break for you.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And I think that's all the questions that I have. I mean,
That
that's all the questions that I have for you,
that is
Queen.
all, fashion dolls. That is turn the tables. Do you guys have any questions for myself or Michael? This is such a great conversation. We covered a number of things. Just to give you guys a recap, so that you can watch it from beginning to end. We covered a number of things in this interview today. Michael opened up about his allyship for us in the LGBTQ community, being an ally, and gaining more understanding of LGBT. And he also opened up about not going back to the past, which is something that I've talked about and talk about a lot on this platform. Alan Yankee knows because I drive him crazy and other people crazy. They're just like, oh boy, she's at it again. She's going back to the past. But I will say this about the past. One more thing is that our past does not dictate our future. All we can do is learn from it. And I am 29 years old, for those of you out there who are wondering. And I must say, I can't do the same things that I was doing when I was, let's say, 17 or 18. And I was bullied and picked on a lot. So from those life's experience, I've learned, to control my anger. Now being in this mindset, it's a whole new person. So I'm not the same person I was years ago in my teen years. Now, me being an adult and coming into your own, it's like when you hit 30, a light bulb goes off. And it's coming for me. My birthday is in
Mm-hmm.
October. So it's coming for me. And I can only imagine my sister, rest her soul, telling me, oh, you're going to get it soon too. I said, I want to stay young. I quoted Dorothy Dandridge. I said, I want to stay young forever. And that's not possible. So, when you hit
No.
30, it's a milestone. It's like, okay, life is ticking, time is ticking, and we can't do the same things we were doing in our teen years. Now that you're in, and then as you go
Mm-hmm.
on and go on and on, in your 40s, your 50s, and the later years,
Yes.
you understand more.
Yes.
Oh, that we got a question
Absolutely.
for you from my brother Scott Mike. He wants to know, how important
Okay.
do you think is it for Black and LGBTQ presence to be felt and showcased in productions in the showbiz?
I think lately, it has been. I mean, it has been. I'm just going to be honest. It's everywhere. It's a part of everything now. As it should have been a long time ago. So, but with that being said, I don't feel that. I mean, I don't know. You know how human is human. What's the level to this? It's a part of everything now. LGBTQ is a part of everything now. It has it has set its place in this world, in this universe. It's here. It's here. There's no denying it. There's no turning a cheek to it. It's here now. So I don't know how much further we can get into it. I think we as far as we can go. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. It's a regular thing. It's a normal thing. It's a part of the normal now,
And I'm
which it should have been a long time
and I
ago.
must say this: we're now seeing the shift of so many LGBT actors, directors, producers in the writing room of color that are opening the doors out here for us in the LGBT community. And I'm proud of it. I love it. I see the inclusivity. And that's one thing that when I created this platform, I said, if I'm going to get people to view this platform, it's got to be a diverse audience.
Mhm.
It's got to be a diverse
Yes,
audience of everybody. You can't exclude certain things from the conversation. Everybody needs to
absolutely.
have an open ear
No,
and, more importantly, an open mind as well.
yes,
If you don't heal from your trauma,
yes.
oh, I love that. If you don't heal from your trauma or mental,
That's so
you'll
true.
bleed on people who didn't cut you. Exactly. And that ties into
Yep.
to the mental health awareness month today, which is healing from trauma, not going back to your past, but moving forward to the present. That's what that's about.
Yes, yes. And speaking of moving on from trauma, I didn't bring this up in the beginning, but I didn't really want to talk about it. But I'm actually currently going through a divorce. I was married for 5 years. I didn't want to. I wasn't really going to talk about it too much, but um, letting go of something that you had held on so strongly to is hard, especially when it's so fresh and it just happened, you know. But the only thing you're doing to yourself is destroying yourself by holding on to pain. You have to keep going. You have to keep focusing on the things that you were focusing on to elevate yourself before this even happened. Because if you stop in your tracks and you slow down, you miss out on things, opportunities, blessings that could come your way. But if you focused on what happened then, you blinding yourself. You're not going to be able to see your blessings. You won't receive them. You I always tell everybody, all my friends, just get out your own way. Get out the way. Move. Because that's all you're doing is blocking yourself. You're blocking your blessings. Let go of the past. Keep going. Don't let anything stop you. Yes, the devil is busy. I'm just, and I don't want to get religious, but let's just be real. He loves it. He'll do anything to try to make you believe that you're nothing, that you lower than the next person. Anything to convince you that that's what it is. But it's a trick. It's a trick, and people don't want to see that. Everybody is great. Everybody is great. Everybody has greatness inside of them. Everybody. But if you allow what other people say to you, or you know, allow people to tamper with your emotions and stop you from being great, then that's you. That's on you. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep going. That's only the strong survive. And that's just real. Only the strong survive. Yeah, I got knocked down, but who gonna get back up? Are you gonna get back up? Because I'm getting back up. I'm not gonna stay down. Some people stay down. Some people stay down. But I chose to keep going and get back up. You know, so I encourage people just to stop. Don't let the past scare you. Don't let the past hunt you or try to destroy you. It's the past. And it's the past for a reason. As long as you got breath in your body, you able to make a change for yourself. Set your own standards. Create your own life. Whether it was back there or not, just create your own now. Move forward. Change everything. Change as much as you want because you got the power to. You have the power to.
And the power is within you. Let me read my brother Ty's
Yes.
comment. It is still a part. It is a part,
Oh,
but still not as accepting. Meaning, at times, society can still divide on how far to push the envelope, especially in TV and film. Yes, and that's been a lot of controversy when it comes to
yes.
LGBT characters, creators, producers. Some
Yeah.
of them don't want us in the rooms, and it's just like we're here as well too. The world is changing. There's millions of people in this world. Worldwide, it's a lot of us. And we're not all the same. You're going to see people from different walks of life. And it goes back to what I
Yes.
said in the beginning, which is God didn't create us to be the same. We're all different. So
No.
there's
Yes.
nothing wrong. with showcasing LGBT love. It's if you're black, we're black
Yes.
too. You can't exclude us. You cannot exclude us. We're black too.
No, you cannot.
So that's why when I
Yes.
created this platform, and what I'm trying to do is push for more diversity and inclusion in these rooms, in these areas. And it starts with conversations like this that are beneficial to help people who want to get in this business. Because it's not going to be easy.
Yes.
And I know for certainly it wasn't easy for me. I've had obstacles, but I'm slowly but surely getting over those obstacles. And that is by having these conversations that are meaningful and helpful.
Yes. 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 And I want to also, real quick, I want to give I want to do this on your show right now because I think I've never got a chance to really express this because he got a lot of controversy. Jussie Smollett. I got to talk about Jussie Smollett for a quick second, okay? Um, Jussie Smollett is the reason why I ended up on Empire, okay? The first day I got booked, I was late. I'm going to make this a real short story. I was late. They turned me around. They said I would be blacklisted. I would never be able to work on Empire again. I was hurt. I was hurt. But anywho, I walked out with my head down, but I saw what they were filming. It was inside this church. Well, I'm more spiritual now, but at that time I considered myself more
Right.
religious, a Christian. Okay. So I saw that church and I said, you know what? I'm going to walk in there. I'm going to walk inside this church and I'm going to see if somebody can do something for me because I can't believe I just got blacklisted. I'm not about to accept this, you know. And I walked into that church. I sat in a pew way in the back where nobody could see me. 5 minutes later, Jussie Smollett and some other lady comes and sits in a pew right in front of me. I was so shocked, and, you know, like I couldn't believe he was sitting in front of me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is Jussie Smollett right here. And I just said, I didn't even think about it. I just tapped him on the shoulder. He turned around. He said, hey, brother, what's going on? I said, hey, Jussie, it is such an honor to meet you. I just want you to know I love everything that you've done, but I'm coming to you right now, bro, because I had a situation where I was blacklisted today, and I've been wanting to be an actor all my
Yeah.
life ever since I was a kid. I kind of explained this to him. He sat there and he listened to my entire story. He didn't tell me I had to go. He had to go or anything. He listened to my entire story, and he said at the end of that story, he said, "You know what, brother?" He said, "Michael, don't even worry about it, man. Just wait right here." He walked away. Him and the lady walked away. Now I assumed, I thought I was gonna get in trouble. I said, they about to throw me out of here. He gonna get security. I'm like, this is me. Just think, because I've never done anything like this before. So I thought that maybe I can get in
Right.
trouble for this. So I waited anyways. I waited. He came back out 10 minutes later with the director and pointed at me. And he said, is this the guy you're talking about? Yeah, that's him right there. All right, let's get him in hair and makeup. That's exactly how it went. And after that, I was on Empire. And then the second day, I ended up being his stand-in. Jussie Smollett is a great person, okay? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody, but to me, and this is my personal opinion on this whole thing with him, and I've been wanting to talk about this and speak on it because I've had interactions with him personally. He's a cool guy. You know, I think that his message was a positive message. I don't think it was meant to be a charade. I think things just went left. And this is just my personal opinion on everything. Okay. And this is just how I've always felt this way. I've expressed this before on my Instagram, on my Facebook, everything. Anybody that personally knows Jussie Smollett knows that this man is a great person. His personality is amazing. He's nice. He's sweet. His energy he just has this aura about him. And you can feel it when you get around him. Anybody that knows him. So the stuff that has been said, I'm just going to say this. We all make mistakes. Nobody in this world is perfect. So stop trying to judge somebody because his stuff spilled out the closet. Okay, so just your stuff just Just because your stuff hasn't spilled out the closet don't mean you're better than him. But it doesn't mean that he's better than you either. Nobody is better than anybody. Like you said, everybody is their own person. Everybody. You know, so cut the man some slack. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. Cut him some slack. Shit happens. Let's move on because they still talking about it to this day, and I can't believe that. But
And after that
you know,
incident, he
that's
went
just
on
my opinion.
to join a part of The Amazing B-Boy Blues, which is a film about LGBT black men. And it's an amazing project. He went on to write for that. And it was a whole premiere. My brother Sky Valentine said, I've met him twice. He is very nice. And my brother Sky worked with a lot of people that are in the business and has had conversations in the sitting room. So what we're trying to do is push for diversity and inclusion. And the thing about it is you can't continue to beat someone up over their past. You got to move forward. It goes back to what Alan Yankee always tells me, and that is stop being a revisionist story. And we have to get out of that mindset. We have to get out of that. My mom even tells me that you know, God knows your heart. You know, you can't continue to beat yourself up over your past. I remember one day I just broke down crying. And she said, that was in the past. Why are you crying over this? You know, God knows your heart. He's not going to be mad at you. That's what she told me because I'm very, very spiritual. And she told me always to pray, you know, put him first in everything that you do. So don't beat yourself up over your past, or don't beat somebody else up for their past. You know, we all have something. We all have something that we're battling with or have overcome. And that makes it.
Yes.
All right, Fashion Dolls, any more questions? Let me check the question box down here. Ali Yankee, why is it that a gay person to be in a movie, he has to be the flamboyant best friend? That goes into stereotypes and stigma. Because in the business, they only it's called typecasting, where they only want you to portray one specific role. When there is so many things in the LGBT community, there's intersex, there's non-binary, there's non-gender conforming, there's pan, there's bisexual, there's trans. There is so many of us out here. Trans film is so many. Like the alphabet goes on and on and on and on and on in the LGBT community. So that's what we want to see is more inclusion of everything in the LGBT community. So yeah, we got to break that stigma. And that's the conversations that I've had with other Black actors on my platform is that I'll give you one. His name is Harold Outley. He says, well, they only cast me as the bodyguard or the thug type. And that's typical in this business for most Black male actors. They only want you to portray that specific role. And it's just like, wait, it goes back to what I said with my girl, Ro Underwood, which is having range. You got to be able to do different things in this business. There's not just one type of LGBT. There's so many of us out. So many. You'd be surprised.
Yes. Oh. Yes. Yes, it is. And I, you know what? I'm just glad everybody's able to just be themselves. You know, I love this. I love this new world. I do. I love it. Everybody's accepted. And that's how the world is.
Because it goes back to what I said earlier, which is it would be boring if we were all the same. Like, just imagine a world where we were all the same and happen to look at the same thing every single day. Like, no, God said, when he created us, yes, exactly, or minion. And when God created this world, he said, okay, let me add a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of everything so that everybody can see. We're different colors, we're different skin tones, all of these things.
Yes.
We're not supposed to be different.
Put some seasoning on it.
And that's what That's what God wanted, is for all of us to be different. He didn't intend for us to be the same.
No, he did not. No, he did not. You're right.
You know, we were all the same, it would be boring. We're just like, oh my God, you again, the same thing. over and over. But
Yes.
we have to expand our minds and our horizons and open them up all the way. And I'm seeing that with our community, the Black community, and it starts with conversations like this.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Everybody should be open-minded. Oof, there's so many closed-minded people in this world. That's why I'm spiritual now. I consider myself spiritual than religious. You know, like I read not too long ago, religion has limits. Spirituality has no limits whatsoever. So that's why I choose spirituality over religion. You know, I'd rather be free than be bound in my mind, and I'm fine with that. I'm cool. I'm already in prison. Why put myself in another one?
Right. That mind prison. And you
I'm all right
stay
with that.
stuck there for a long time. And it's just like, okay, I'm going to need you to open your mind because not everybody has the same thinking that you do or is thinking in the way that you do. Everybody has opened up and, more importantly, accepted people and understand that you're going to navigate in the world. Even teach your children about it. To the ones that are out here watching this platform,
Yes.
teach your children that there are people who are going to be different in this world. They're not
Yes.
all going to be the same.
Absolutely.
Only
They're
thing
not.
that's the same
They're
is our
not.
hearts. We have hearts. We have all of these internal organs, but we're human. That's about the only thing. Other than that, we're different.
Yep.
Style, hair, what hair color, eye color, all of that, we're different. We're not the same.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Embrace who you are.
Yes, and it goes back to what did
Embrace
I
it.
say, ladies and gentlemen? What did we learn today, class? Individuality, originality, being your
Individuality. Originality.
simple.
Yes.
All right, fashion dolls. This was an amazing interview. I see we don't have any more questions. If we do, go ahead and type them. But before we close out, Mike, I want you to give some important words to young people who are out here looking to get into this business, who are looking to become an actor. What advice would you give to them?
Okay. Like I said in the beginning, and I stated this in the beginning actually. If they're asking you for money, if you're trying to get into the acting business and they're asking you to pay this for your headshots and things of that nature, pay this for an audition, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay away from it. That's my opinion. And stay away from it because if you have a talent and they want your talent, you shouldn't have to pay them for your
Yes.
talent. They should be paying you. Okay. So I said in the beginning, go to 4starcasting.com, the number 4starcasting.com. The registration is free, y'all. You don't have to pay a dime. Okay. Once you register, they'll email you. You'll start getting availability checks for different TV shows and movies and films here in Chicago. So once again, that's 4starcasting.com. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Okay, if you know real quick, and I've said this before, I want you to close your eyes for a second. Whoever watching this right now, I want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to imagine the greatest version of yourself. Can you see it in your head? Can you see that person? Can you actually see the greatest version of you in your mind right now? If you can see it, you can be that person. That person can exist. That person can be real. But it's up to you to make that person real. You have to take the steps to create this individual that you see in your mind. Just like we say about equality, anybody can be who they want to be. You have to put in the work, though. You can't just sit there and expect things to come to you because they won't. You have to put in the work. So that's my opinion to anybody that's trying to be an actor or an actress or anything of that nature.
Ali Yankee says religion will keep you judgmental and spirituality. Understand that we are all different. And he says that he appreciates your
Yeah.
authenticity.
Thank you. Thank you. And he's absolutely right.
And I'm going to close out with the final thought of the day, Fashion Dolls, which ties into originality, going for what your heart's desires are. And it comes from Bruno Mars. Bruno says that you can't knock on opportunity's door and not be ready. So that means whatever you have your heart on doing, if you want to become an actor or a talk show host or a writer or director or go into the boardrooms, you have to start somewhere. If someone offers you an opportunity, you research the opportunity. And then if it's an opportunity that you want to really, really take, go for it. Especially if it feels right. Follow your gut instinct. I wouldn't do it if it doesn't feel right. But if it feels right and you says, okay, this is my moment, this is my time, this is my calling, go for it.
Yeah.
And that is the final thought of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, joining me, we have you're gonna be seeing double, figuratively speaking, because it is two of them. They are twins. The JJ twins will be here tomorrow, Fashion Dolls. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 4. And Michael, it was such a pleasure meeting you and having you here and just getting you insight.
It was a pleasure being here.
So, and
it was a pleasure being here, Queen.
We would love to have you back on again in the future. We will keep in touch.
Oh, it'll be a better situation. I guarantee
Definitely. That. Definitely. Send all this love your way. And I hope you guys are doing well. Today is the biggest fashion event in the world, the Met Gala. So be on the lookout for some of the looks. I'm going to post a few of the looks. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And I think the red carpet for E starts 6:30. So I'm dying to see who's going to be wearing what. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 4 with the JJ twins. I love you all, Fashion Dolls, and I love you. You guys take care and protect your peace and mental health. Take care, everybody.